Hey guys, Neff here. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at a Zeiss IKON lock. I'm not actually sure what model it is. It's just a really cool one. You can see I've got a couple of here. They have very similar keyways. You can see I've picked that one before. But almost the exact same keyway, but you can see some small differences down there on the bottom left, a little bit with the top warding, and you can even see that they have different iterations of the logo on the front, which is pretty cool. I think these are a little bit older because something like the WSW has a logo that looks like that these days. So one cool thing about these, I got these from a guy named Moon through the LPU Discord, and he said that these have trap pins in them. So as you can see, I've picked this one before. It's actually stuck on the trap pin right now, but I chose to put this one in the vise today because it'll be a little bit easier using the new lock cam that I've been messing with to see what's going on in there. I haven't gutted it yet, but I have gotten it open a couple of times, so we'll go ahead and lock her up in the vise, see if we can get her open today, see what's inside. Alrighty guys, we got her locked up. We are using the lock cam today, even though you can't see a whole lot except for that last pin. But I've been trying to, I want to use that as much as possible. Here's the tools we're using: medium hook and 20,000, small wiper insert, and we also have the lock speaker pickup. So let's see what we can do here. Now the pins like to rest on this warding right here, so you kind of got to go in from the side and twist up to get underneath them. I could be a little nicer on the tension to do that, but this lock has a couple of very low lifts and they are excruciatingly easy to overset. We don't want to do that. Alright, we're working on one. Good click. Number two. Good click. Sometimes it drops one. Doesn't seem to. 1, 2, 3's our spool, so it's just gonna lay there all floppy for now. We're on 4. This one loves to overset. Alright, hopefully that didn't hurt nothing. Might have dropped 2, so I came back and kind of nudged on it. That all feels floppy. We're gonna go to 5. Ah, 2 did fall. So I just reset 2. And that killed 1. So now I got my tension back on 1. Gonna pump it back up. Good click on 1. Ah, there we go. 5 is binding. Good click on that. Put us in a false set. I can't even pull back because 3 is our spool. So we're going to start working on that right now. Ah. And there we go. But don't forget, we have trap pin. So we're going to twist, twist, twist. And we are now caught up again. So I'm just going to pull from over here so that you can see. And I believe the trap pin is in this groove here. So we're going to feel. I do feel a bump right there. And it was that easy. So I'm not going to... Well, I'll go ahead and see if I can see if it catches again on the other side. So we'll go ahead and put this in here. And try not to let the drivers do anything. Well, maybe not. Because it didn't want to twist just now. There we go. And we get a full rotation. So that's great. And I just remembered this is keyless. So now I have to pick it again to gut it for you guys. I will probably just pick it right now real quick, and I will fast forward this through the video and gut it. Alrighty guys, so here's what we got. It's pretty standard fare for what you would expect out of like a standard pin tumbler icon lock. What's really cool is they have those really long springs. I see these in some of them. That's got to put a ton of pressure on it, which to be honest with you, I think it adds to the feedback and makes it more fun to pick, but also probably easier in the long run. These pieces up here are the trap pins that were in there. Let's see if we can get you a good look. So it kind of just looks like a key pin with a point on one end and it's flat on the other. And there was one in the right side of the plug and one in the left. And here is where they would engage. You have like these channels here. They might actually, just so I can look here. So it only caught when we were about right here. So that would mean the one here did not catch in that. So maybe they rest in there until a key gets put in, because it got caught right about here. And then we had to pick the one on the right. So it must have caught in one of the driver pins, pushing down on it, and then you pick it just like a key pin. So it didn't catch on both sides, which is something I've noticed when you have these kind of lower security pin tumbler locks. This is really covered in goop and grease, so I'll probably restore this. I don't know, I shouldn't use the word restore, I'll probably clean this up. But this is something I've noticed with these lower end locks that may still have trap pins. They don't always engage very well, or all of them engage or anything. But you can see this one's gooped up and pretty old, and hopefully we can get it cleaned up and nice looking and passed on to another picker here. For key pins, I don't see any steel. We're looking at just standard brass fare. Nothing super special there. We did have a lot more spools than I thought. The only spool that I had to really pick out was this one. But number 2 did drop number 1. So I would pick 1, then I'd pick 2, and have to repick 1. And I think the same thing happened with 4. So even though they didn't feel like spools, they did require me to repick. So when I did 2, I had to repick 1. When I did 4, I had to repick 2 and then 1, I believe. So there you go. And then 5, finished it off to do 3. Not that it all matters. And the final thing I wanted to mention about this is the cam. So one thing I'm really impressed with is their design for retaining the plugs in these. I really love these Icon ones. So these 3 pieces here are whatever. They just go around the end of the plug. But this, I think in the newer ones, those pieces are combined with these. But anyway, these will go around the plug, and they just go like that. Boom. And so then you've got the plug retained, and then this goes right over it, and it goes, and it snaps right on. I love it. I love that design. It's easy to work with, no bending C-clips and trying to make things look nice again. These are just really cool designs. So, but that is that. I hope you guys like what you saw today. Any comments, questions, suggestions, or feedback, I'm happy to hear it. Please like and subscribe for more. You guys have a great night.